Try to tell your own history on social media because your history is the most important thing in your content, I think.
And offer value.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not forget
For
about
sure.
that, If your video needs to have, or your content needs to have an objective, a goal for the user. They need to learn something from you, and that's something that is very, very profitable nowadays. Yeah.
Welcome to Wires and Press, the podcast where we untangle the world of affiliate and digital marketing, produced by Clickwire. I'm your host, Luisa, and today we are starting Influencer Insights, where we bring influencers and we ask them the nitty-gritty, the technical questions, the business questions that we want to know. We go a little bit above and beyond the visual things that we see on their pages and what makes them popular, and we understand how they make a business successful with this. This episode is very exciting for me because it comes very close to heart. We got the pleasure of welcoming the Latin Experience, and from the Latin Experience, Claudia, Manuel, and Enrique came to our offices and recorded this podcast with such a beautiful energy. This is a very special collective of people. It's a collective that was made by influencers. They really opened up and answered all the questions that we had in the most open way possible, and really came here and understood that as an educational podcast, we really want to know the good and the bad of affiliate business. And they explained to us the reason, not only of why the Latin Experience is becoming so successful in the Netherlands, but also as individuals, how they have become successful as well. So grab a drink because this podcast is long, but is really cool. If you want to follow the Latin Experience, the links are going to be below in the description of the episode. If you want to also follow us, the links are also going to be in the description. And thank you so much for listening. Enjoy this episode with the Latin Experience. We're here in a very cold autumn morning in Utrecht in the offices of Sneakerjagers and Clickwire. We have our awesome guests here on Wires and Cross. Let's welcome Claudia, Manuel, and Enrique for the Latin Experience.
Oh, thank you.
Hola.
Doesn't it feel a little bit weird that we all speak Spanish, but we have to speak in English in this one?
It does.
Yeah, I guess as a Latino, you kind of get used to even speaking with your friends in English at some points because you have to speak
For
it
sure.
so much.
It will be like Spanglish in the end.
Yeah, exactly. If you have a special place in your heart for any Latin things, or you have a Latino friend around you, or you just love the culture, the music, the food, or anything, your algorithm will know at some point what it's like, and you will have these amazing characters on your phone and in your feed. We are here to talk affiliate marketing, but affiliate marketing has started to see a very interesting change in terms of how it does business with the influencer boom that is happening right now. So let's just have a little bit of an introduction. I don't know if maybe you want to start with Claudia.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for having us here. I'm Claudia. I live in Netherlands. It's going to be 18 years this 25 of November. So, wow, yes, almost half of my life. What I do right now, I work as an events manager in a hotel. It's a Spanish chain, and the hotel is in Amsterdam. It's a part-time job because my social media projects and life and process has become so serious that I had actually to cut my hours on my regular job, 9 to 5, because I had many projects, many tasks, many new clients. And, online marketing has become huge the last year. So I really became passionate about it. So I had to do something about it. And so now I work as well as a marketing manager for an online language school, Fit for Tal. Probably you've seen it as well in my feed very much.
I studied in Fit for Tal.
Oh, wow, amazing. Yeah. Did you learn?
Did you learn something?
This is a really good one. I got my Burgeringsdiploma today.
Heel goed.
Oh,
No!
Gefeliciteerd.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like, qué bueno.
So now
now I'm speaking like 3 languages. Congratulations.
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
amazing. That's amazing. You know, when I work with someone doing publicities or doing whatever job you are doing for a company, I kind of marry the company because I have to believe in it. Like Fit for Tal or some other brands that contact me as well to make a video, etc., and to do what I know about it, about marketing online. So that's what I do now. I'm actually very busy with many projects, many things. And I'm happy that I'm here today to share with you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, what about
Okay.
you, Manuel?
Here is the problem. I'm the more Latin guy here because my English is not very good.
No, but that's
I'm gonna
it's
try.
completely.
But we can help.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yes,
sure.
please. Okay.
It's a good practice, yeah.
Exactly.
I have, okay, here is Manuel. I have almost 5th year in the Netherlands. And I worked as a kitchen assistant for a long time. I went to make something for myself long time ago, 4 years ago. And I tried to do something for myself with a business for
Yeah.
selling things, but I didn't know how to do that, and I investigated.
Investigating.
Yeah.
And I knew the more important things to start a business is have a community via social media. And okay, I thought, okay, I can pay for that or I can make a community with social media. So I decided to start with a YouTube channel and telling my stories as Latino in the Netherlands.
Hey, that's me. Latino
Yeah.
in the Netherlands.
But Latino. So I started with my YouTube channel talking about culture in the Netherlands, the opportunity to work, to live here, So I started, and after that, I built a community. So I decided to make a meet and greet, and
Very good,
That
man.
was it.
Very good.
Very
Yeah.
good.
It's super funny always when we are in meetings, Manuel and I, that he's looking at me like, did I say it correctly? And yeah, man,
Yeah,
it
no,
was
it's
perfect.
perfect. Yeah,
He,
it's so
he just
good.
started studying English seriously just a couple of months ago, and look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's pretty
It's
good.
almost perfect.
Great job.
Very good.
That's
I can better speak Dutch than
Oh ja, maar hij
English.
Nederlands.
That happens.
kan.
That happens. We
Oh,
kunnen
zijn
ook Nederlands
Nederlands is
praten,
zo-
Luisa. Ja.
I know my name. Oh, I saw Manuel's videos when I got here to the Netherlands, and I saw your whole story as well. So I think it's just absolutely fantastic as well. Everything that you've done, and that you're self-taught as well. You've learned how to use your camera and the programming and all of the editing all by yourself, and seeing the progression on your videos is just amazing. And the storytelling is just quality. It's
thank
just
you.
really, really good.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, and it keeps going because now he's like reading like administration, tax, everything. Like he's teaching himself a lot all the time.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's great.
That's really good. Okay, so what about
Yes. So, well, thank you for having us here. It's a really nice office. I'm Enrique Oropesa. I'm from Mexico, and I studied law in Mexico. Then I met a Dutch girl, and that's why I moved here to the Netherlands 4 years ago. I came to study my master's in technology law and then business law. And I started with the world of social media because I created a TikTok account. I started also to share my experience here in this country. I started to teach what I've been learning, how to study, but also I was sharing how I was learning Dutch. And that's when the first years of TikTok came to my life, because I think one video went super viral. And then I said, oh, okay, but actually right now I need money. So I will start teaching Spanish. I kept sharing my journey learning Dutch, and I connected with a lot of Dutch people. And actually, that's how I met Freya, so my future wife now, because I started to teach Spanish to her. And then, then I created my TikTok account in Spanish, and I started to create a community there. Right now, I work at Adidas, so also related to the sneakers here. I work at the legal department. I concretely review technology contracts, and so already 1 year ago, with the first Halloween experience last year, so 2022, I was invited just as help us to make some noise on social media, and then I visited the event, and I was immediately in love. So that was my first approach, and then I told Manuel and Claudia, hey, how can I be part of this? And now we are all part of the Latin experience, which is, I wouldn't say it's my part-time job because it's also a full-time job now. and I would say as a part-time job now, it's the social media.
So many influencers start getting into the wave of social media back in the day because of, I don't know, X and Y Z situations. A lot of influencers are starting social media now just because they know that it's a profitable business. But I wanted to know if you guys, when you started social media, were you seeing it like that? Did you saw it like you started it as a business opportunity, or it just kind of like landed there because of the popularity?
I'm going to start answering this. No, not at all. I didn't see it in the first place as a business goal for me. I started just having fun, making videos also on TikTok. And it was actually when the platform became very, very known during the pandemic because everyone was at home and you had the time to just scroll on internet, the whole day, just doing things and working from home. And I started doing these videos on TikTok, and no, I absolutely didn't think it was going to become a business. It was with the time that my videos became popular because of the Dutch culture, and because I make fun of the Dutch culture, their stereotypes and the way they are. And after that, I actually landed on Instagram, putting the videos I had on TikTok, I put them on Instagram, and people started liking it. Then I grew really in a couple of years to more than 100,000 followers on Instagram. And then it's actually when it became very, very serious and popular. But I never thought actually I would have made a business about it. I think that feeling came after, when I discovered, okay, marketing or social media is not only about a video of making jokes of 50 seconds. It has so much behind it. Mm-hmm. It has brand, it has colors, it has videos, it has photographs, many things. Actually, you still keep learning when you are so much on the internet.
Yeah.
In my case, it was the goal.
Yeah. To make money.
Yeah, to make money.
Yeah. It was actually very good. Yeah.
I went to make my own business, but in the way I forget that because I received money from social media. So I thought, okay, I can live with the money from social media. So it's a good money, but the problem is that it's not fast. It's in Dutch.
No, it's not. It's a very sporadic work.
Yeah, it's not very stable.
It's not stable. But I mean, 1 month you can have a lot of income that can cover you for about 3 months, and maybe the next month it is not like that. But it's just about becoming more popular and having a lot of projects and brands to work with. And I think Manuel, I learned because of this also a little bit from Manuel. When I met him, he was like, you have to go to Facebook, you have to go to YouTube. And my brain was like, oh my God, I can get money with this. I didn't know those things 2 years ago.
Yeah, and on YouTube depends too much of the viral videos. Because if you have a video with 1,000 views, millions views, you can get a lot of money.
Yeah.
But if you don't have views, you receive nothing for the video.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work and you never know.
Yeah, exactly.
And there is a difference between what you're saying and the partnerships you can do with brands, right? Because views, you will get money from the platform itself, but also besides from that, you can do partnerships.
But I think with partnerships it's more difficult because you have to negotiate every time, every month, and you receive a briefing with all the things, and you have to do a lot of work, and sometimes you spend a lot of time with partners, and I think it's not the best way to make money on social media. Not for me. It's difficult.
Yeah, I think that's from the point of view of a YouTuber.
Yeah.
A YouTuber, a user and content creator.
Because Instagram is easy.
Yeah, well, Instagram and TikTok probably uses a lot of affiliate influencer marketing because you partnership with brands that will give you a commission.
Yeah.
And that's the way of paying. Or you can be a content creator, UGC, the user generated content, which is that you make the videos in a way that people will believe you because of your credibility, because you use the product and you don't need many followers, but you just sell your video to the brand so that they can use them in any way they like.
Yeah.
With the difference of an affiliate marketing influencer is that you get partner indeed with the brand, and you follow some scripts, you follow some hashtags that you have to use, and you ask a commission for it. With just a content creation, people will find you, and with the affiliate, you have to go and look and pitch for your work. Actually, yes, there are many ways. I think there are many ways, and there are platforms that pay you just because of the views.
Yeah.
But that's also, of course, is a lot of work because your videos need to be good. They need to be likable, and people need to identify with your content.
Yeah, I think in either way, you obviously depend on your community, but the pitch that you give them is like different or more like, let's say, like honest or like sincere for them. Also, the more you disclose, if you're in a partnership or if you say that the link is like there, they give you like, a commission or whatnot. So.
Sometimes it's difficult to publish something you believe in or not. It maybe doesn't even go with your personality, but of course the brand wants you to make the publicity and sell. Sometimes actually you have to sell, and sometimes the influencer don't actually sell, but the other part of the affiliate marketing earns a commission. So you have to sell.
Yeah.
So you also need to have some sales abilities, which the influencer don't actually have to. The influencer influences you to go to the website and buy the product, but at the end, it's not your responsibility to sell the product. It just depends, of your profile.
Yeah, I think
but there are many confusions about it, of course.
I think that's why it's so important that influencers really understand, like, and really believe in the product because
Absolutely.
you will be associated to it, even if you are with them once or you keep an affiliate link in your profile at all times or something like that. Is super, super important about it, because especially nowadays, how we see it in our research and everything, we see that it sells more. It generates more commission that way. They just put it on the website and just let it be. Or you can do all the SEO that you want in the world, but if you don't associate a Facebook community with it, then it will perform substantially
Definitely
less. Yeah, exactly.
And it's strange because we are working with a marketing affiliate right now with the Latin experience, so we know the two parts of the business.
Exactly,
I think.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. So I think the first week when I started on TikTok, it was to release my pain,
the frustrations.
the frustrations from learning Dutch. And I was like, is it worth it? And I was reading this boring book because I had a test the next week after that. So I was like, I need to do something fun, I will make fun of myself. So I chose one conversation, and I interpret the characters from the conversation, and that's the TikTok I made, and that's the TikTok that it went viral, right?
So the first one.
The first one ever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then during that first week, I just did more conversations like that. So I started to connect in a deeper way with people, and only Dutchies, by the way. And then the next week I said, but actually, how am I going to pay my rent next month? And maybe this is a way of doing it. And that's when the entrepreneurship mind came, like, I will start teaching Spanish. Yeah. So I first, I started to, I put in where the link is on TikTok. I put, you teach me Dutch, I teach you Spanish. And then people were just sending me DMs. Hey, I want you to teach me Spanish. And then that's when I realized, oh, you can make money from here.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's super interesting to hear that because, yeah, like the power of this way of promotion from a marketing perspective is huge. We can see, for example, on sites like Influencity.com, it says that 81% of the marketing campaigns now are done through some sort of like media influencing kind of way, either ads or you do partnership with influencers and stuff like that. So it's just incredible to hear how you guys go about your campaigns and how you decide to choose, like, you know, what brands to work with and everything. But I want to ask a couple of questions, just out of just pure interest, let's specify on affiliate marketing. What are the perks that you see that it has? And from your perspectives, you know, as an influencer, but also as a business owners now, what do you see the perks of affiliate marketing for you guys?
Well, I think when the brand is connected to what you are doing, and when there is a true match, the perks is that you will go higher in revenue or higher in the metrics you want to achieve if you feel that emotion. So, or the influencer is connected with that. And I think there the sky is the limit. So like the more you do, the more you can get, but only if it's a match. Now you ask me about the advantages, but also I could mention like a disadvantage.
Of course, yeah.
So when there is not a match, then the results are like null.
Yeah.
Zero.
Totally.
Yeah.
And instead of like doing a partnership where the results doesn't matter that much, I mean, you just commit to do this campaign and you don't talk about the results. But in an affiliate marketing program, I mean, the results are what count.
We've been working indeed with affiliate influencer marketing for the Latin experience. And I think we had good and bad choices. Most of them were good. We see it actually on the way that the user or the guests that are coming to our events feels when one of the influencers is talking about their process of life and integrating in the community, and that they really miss home and our music and our, you know, Latino culture, etc. And that they are going to the event, and that's the way they connect with them, because we have to choose very well geometrically as well where are they located. The last time we had 3 influencers from Germany. 2 of them were Latinos and the other one liked a lot the Latino culture, but he was German. He is German. He's German. So I think people identify a lot with these 3 figures because they are known on the internet and they were going to the event. So they were really like, oh, they are going. So let's go have fun with them as well. So that's the way we also kind of can metric the success. Yes.
Do you have like an event that you remember which you use affiliate marketing that it was one of the most successful ones? Like that it really worked the way that you
For
did
the
it?
Mexican one.
Yeah, the Mexican one really worked.
That one it's pretty big as well.
Yeah, the Mexican event, we had like 1,300 people there.
Whoa.
And when we look at the metrics from the influencers, they were all pretty high. But also if you review the videos that were published from all the influencers and the videos that are on the Latin Experience Media Instagram handle, you could see that they really felt connected with the content. That the content that was produced was authentic, with emotion. It was real. Yeah. And I think that was the key for this.
Yeah. You have done events that go from a country or a culture specifically to just something like Halloween, which is like a general event. Do you think it's more successful to do things like that, or when you niched the topic of the party?
That's a really interesting question.
Yeah, but I think it depends of the country, because Mexico is a popular country of the world. I think it's not the same with a small country from Latin America, like, I don't know.
Like Venezuela.
Yeah, maybe, probably. Or Bolivian experience. I think it's not the same.
You know, if you do a
yeah.
Venezuelan experience and then Colombians go there, it's gonna be a fight about who's the owner of
whose
the
arepas,
arepas.
whose arepas is from whom. Yeah. I think during this first year of the Latin experience, we are kind of seeing what works better, what is not going to work. But I think really having a night specifically of a country can work better than a very general
Yeah,
So
exactly.
party
this is
like Halloween.
this is Claudia pitching for the Peruvian.
So next year, I'm saying that Peru is going to be one of the
I'll
parties.
be there.
Yeah.
If you get me good ceviche, I'll be there.
Yay!
I think our point is we don't want to divide the audience. And country like Mexico is more
Yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah, Latin America is very associated with Mexican
Yeah,
culture, so
definitely.
that's
But-
yeah.
If we make an event for each country, for Venezuela, Peru, and other countries, maybe it's only for the people from this country.
Yeah.
And
Or yeah, just to continue with the example of Halloween. Why did we decide to continue with Halloween and not Dia de Muertos, let's say? Well, to be more inclusive. So Halloween is more inclusive to the other cultures, even though, I mean, we are all Latin American. But and Dia de Muertos is Mexican specific.
Yeah.
So that's why we are choosing, okay, how can we be as inclusive as possible? And when is it good for us to go with one country? Well, when also there are people feeling included
Yeah,
with that
sure.
country, like the Mexican. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I
yeah,
mean,
'cause-
we all watch telenovelas and El
Yeah,
Chavo del Ocho.
exactly.
and
Yeah,
all.
'cause-
And Dutch people also go to Mexico like every year.
Yeah.
And it's that we're all Mexicans. They don't know. Claudia, you are Mexican, right?
right? I don't. You have no idea
Yeah.
how many times I've
Or,
answered the question.
yeah. Oh, you speak Spanish. Oh, tequila. No.
Tequila.
Tequila.
Pisco.
Yeah, yeah. Quesadilla.
How much do you rely on these affiliate links that you're putting for the promotion of the events? How much of that influencer affiliate marketing is the power of the promotion of the event? How much do you use that compared to just using your own accounts to promote it, or using the website, or using ads, or whatever it is that you're using?
yeah, we have two parts of the work with influencers, and you can tell more, I think.
Yeah, I think that affiliate marketing influencer is one important part, but the Latin experience also has 2 or 3 members that are already influencers,
Yeah.
like myself, Manuel, and Enrique, and probably another 2, Jackie and Nena, who have been also making content since a long time ago. So we are actually, all of us are content creators, and we use ourselves to make publicity for our
Yeah.
events in our own way, I think, because everyone has their own personality. And, you know, the way we invite our guests to go our events is because we know how the struggles that we all had when we came to the Netherlands and we couldn't actually find friends, you know, make new connections and feel at home and have at least, you know, one night or one day of sharing with our people because we don't have them. So I think both ways, the affiliate influencer marketing and ourselves as content creator work very well with people that identifies with us. Yeah, especially because we are in the company.
Yeah, exactly.
So we know actually what we are offering to them.
And probably at the beginning, it was like we relied more on affiliate marketing from our side. But now that we are growing, and after this year, we just sat down recently to talk about, okay, how can we, like, let's take a thought on this. Like, how are we measuring the success here? Do we only care about conversions, or do we also care about reach and about making our image stronger, like our group image? We know that not all our influencers can convert, but they are making our image stronger.
Yeah.
So I would say that right now, what is more important for us is to retain that image group with like a really, really strong, because that's our main difference with the rest of businesses and with the rest of events, agencies, and parties in the Netherlands or festivals, is that we have strong group.
What are some common mistakes or misconceptions that have happened to you guys as influencers and as business owners now with the Latin experience?
Well, I think the biggest mistake, I mean, from my side is to go with the first offer. So from a company or from a brand or whatever, a restaurant that wants to work with you, and then just taking the first offer just because you want a deal or just because you want a couple of bucks, like a couple of euros. No, I mean, even if it's like the amount is not that big, I think you should remain true to yourself and to think about if you are really a match.
Yeah.
So I would say not accepting everything that comes your way.
Absolutely, yes. It has to match your personality. And like I say, you have to kind of marry the product and know what you're offering. I've been also offered to do something about with the sports and fitness, which I'm not at all. So, and money was good. Money was good. And I thought about it for months. And I said, but I really want to do this. Is it really, people are going to believe me? Because, I mean, I can make a very honest video about the thing. I can try it. I can put on my, my tights and go to go running or something. But would people believing that I'm all of a sudden a fitness person? No, because I'm not. Because it's not the personality that I've been giving for years. So I told them no. I reject them. And they say, but why? We really want you in this campaign. And I said, but I'm not your profile.
Yeah.
And I help somebody else who I know, because we know also many people, many contacts. And we have also a very fitness, beautiful girl in the group. So I said, look, I have the perfect profile for you. And in this way also we help in a group to become content creators for brands and things we actually love. So yeah, that was going to be my mistake. You were going to see me probably in my Instagram, like running and trying to do spinning or something like that.
Like Claudia has fully adapted to the Dutch.
Yeah, I mean, I
working
cannot even lose 5 kilos. No way. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Yeah.
So my husband also told me, why are you going to do this? If you're eating a bag of chips in the evening, you cannot even eat healthy. And I drink. So no.
Yeah.
So I
Nice
reject.
turn.
That's the sort of mistakes is something you have. Yes.
Yeah, it's work with the wrong people. Like,
Yeah, exactly. At the Latin experience, we had it also a couple of times. I'm not going to name no one, of course, but yes.
But you know who you are.
Yeah, we had some content communication problems. Like, okay, are they really, behind the Latin experience? We didn't think so. Well, we learned from this. We go to the next.
It solidifies more
Yeah,
exactly what
exactly.
you need, because
Yeah.
doing a marketing campaign or doing just like a business plan in general is going to have these flaws as well. And I feel like some people sometimes, especially on social media, when you do content like this, educational content, they glorify a lot about, look at all of my KPIs. It's all going to the highs or whatever, but they don't show the dips. They don't show the mistakes. They don't show the struggles or anything. And it's hard, especially at the beginning when you're starting because you don't know how to go, where to go, how high or how fast are you gonna go or anything like that. So it's very nice to hear as well the mistakes that have happened to you, because we're all human.
For sure.
Yes, I want to know, which platforms do you guys prefer when it comes to doing all of your content or business? More of like, let's say platform that you like personally and a platform that you like for the Latin experience.
Okay.
Instagram.
So personally
Yeah. And for
Instagram.
business also.
and for the Latin experience as well.
Yes.
Okay. So personally, I like TikTok. For the Latin experience, I like Instagram. Yeah. And well, personally, I also started to like YouTube. It allows you to go like to create long format content. But yeah, that's what I would say.
Personally, I like Instagram, but if I will probably open another business or something, you really have to choose the good platform for you. I think TikTok is something. It's a platform to show more. How do you say, more processes or speaking to the user like they are your friends. And on Instagram is something more aesthetic.
Yeah,
Just to show the results of your work.
Yeah.
And you can show, how you are making this podcast or something on TikTok, and then on Instagram you show the nicest part of the whole process of your emprendimiento. How do you say emprendimiento?
Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's exactly why I prefer TikTok, because I think it's more authentic. Like the
Yes.
barrier of entrance is very low.
Yeah, that's why on TikTok you also have the new long videos of 3 minutes until 10 minutes so that you can really speak to the user and tell them, look, today I had a bad day, but then I'm doing this today. And you show them all the process of how, I don't know, how you make sneakers or something like that. And people will be interested. On Instagram, you wouldn't want to post these
Yeah,
things.
exactly. Well, now we've discussed all of these amazing insights about you guys individually and you guys as a little bit of the Latin experience, but I want to shift the spotlight into what the community is itself, because this is not just about a business managed by influencers. This is a family. This is a huge monster that is growing and is remaining super strong. And it really makes me very passionate because what I was telling you before we started recording, I went to university and I did my master's degree on media studies and cultural research with the hope and illusion of being able to maintain a community of Latin Americans outside of Latin America, so we don't lose that little bit of who we are here. The whole point of being online and being able to find people that align with the way that you think, you really just wish to, just being in their journey, supporting them, like just being around them. And I know that I'm not the only person who thinks like that, because obviously you have had tremendous success. So could you share a little bit of how the Latin experience came to be? What's the story, the origin story, like a superhero?
Okay, I told that with my YouTube channel, I built a community. So I received 2 years ago a lot of DM of the people asking for meet and greet. So for meet new people from Latin America. So I decided to make a meet and greet. But I have an idea from another YouTuber guy. He make an event called El Fernetazo. It's from Argentina. So he make a meet and greet, but it's not only to meet other people or to meet the influencer. It's also to share with a Fernet. It's a drink from Argentina. So I think he make a partnership with the owner of the restaurant of other bar. So he received money from these events. So I thought, okay, I can make something similar to that. And I decided to make the first one. And it was with a restaurant. And I make a small group on Telegram. I thought, okay, I want to make something different. And it's not just to meet people and to talk with me. I want to make something more. And I talk with friends. So they are comedians. And I talked with my sister. She's a singer. And I make like a small experience with singer, with comedians, with the food. So it's the first event. After that, it was a small success. And people want more events, and I associate with a partner and I make the second one. And after that I met Claudia, and she had an idea about Halloween and I had the same idea. So I asked her, okay, if you wanna make a Latin Halloween party for the Latin community and I want to make the same, why don't
we get together?
Yeah. So we decided to make the party together, and it was the Latin Halloween experience was the result of that idea.
Nice, awesome.
And after that,
then I mean that's how the, let's say, the core of what we are doing now started. So it has the goal of creating a community and to connect them. So that was the main goal from the beginning. I mean, when Manuel started with your meet and greets, and to also a key element to give a bit more.
Yeah,
so
an experience.
And then with the Halloween one, that a bit more transformed into a big, a lot more.
Yes.
So that's what I saw. And then we just sat down together again. And that's how the Latin experience became. Like with the brand, let's think about the logo that we want.
It was actually after the first Latin Halloween experience, right?
Exactly.
Because we first had the Latin Halloween experience as in just one time event. because Manuel and I decided to do it together because I also was making meet and greets, and he also. So we thought, well, why don't we just get together and do it together? And then after the event was like, oh my God, we have to continue with this.
Adrenaline.
Let's call it something. Let's put a logo. And then the next one was in February, March.
Like March. Yeah.
In
March this year. That
Exactly.
was the first event from
Together.
at the Latin Experience.
Officially, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
so how many events have you done this year?
This year, 7.
7.
Yeah.
7. And would you think that that from March to now, it was like going up?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's awesome. That is super. I'm guessing that trying to get up, you probably get up with the bumps and bruises
Definitely.
in every aspect. Not only at this point. I don't want to know only about affiliate, but I want to know in general as business owners, what was the biggest like bump that you've had that you're willing to share?
The Hawaiian experience, I think,
the second boat.
because it was a solution of a problem.
Yeah. So the thing was that during that conception of the Latin Experience, there was one person who was in charge of negotiating the contracts. I mean, right at that moment, I was just like a super part-time guy and like I helped here and there. So there was a negotiation that went wrong. So instead of agreeing to do one party at a boat, it was agreed to do 2. And then we totally forgot about the second date. So when we finished the first
It
one,
was very, very small on the contract, the date, and the second date, very, very small. And we were like, you're having a gang apart in 4 weeks. What?
But that kind of makes sense because normally you guys will change locations and make it fresh, and then
Exactly.
all of a sudden we have 2 boat parties in a row.
There you go. You noticed.
yeah, and also there was one event in between. So the Hilton. We had the Hilton after work
Yeah, we
in
had
between.
3
So,
events in 2 months.
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been exhausting.
It
Yeah,
was.
it was.
But
my
it
goodness.
was exhausting, but also that experience brought us way more motivation.
Yeah.
So with the Mexican one, we were like full in.
So we were like, okay, 3 weeks, let's do it.
Yeah.
Then let's do it then. We can do
Yes.
this.
Yeah, and the event was fun and a success.
Yeah,
so
it was.
not with the money, but
Know what we
for the
wanted.
experience.
Know what we wanted to do. We didn't earn a penny because of the quickest
quick
thing
thing,
to
yeah.
do and spending here and there. But it was fun for the rest of the people who went there, and that was just rewarding. Yeah.
And really that those experiences also they bring us closer.
Yeah, of
You
course.
know, because we are there, of course, to celebrate, but also to say we can do this, and that reinforces our
Nice.
not also like a commitment to the project, but also our friendship. I would say.
Yeah,
So yeah,
That's
in the end, it
awesome.
was a good experience.
that's very.
You can see that we are positive people.
That's a very Latino thing.
But I mean, sometimes we feel very unexperienced. I have to say, doing things, but we research a lot, and we also know a lot of people that can help us in contacts and everything. So I think we are still growing. We cannot say, "Wow, we are experts. It is going excellent." No, we don't want to say that, but we are growing, and we expect to be better with the time. Yes.
I would like to know, because you have added more people the more you're going through. What are the key elements that you're looking for in an individual or in an influencer to join the collective?
Well, and maybe we can mention like different but I think
Sometimes we think so differently. It's amazing the way we understand each other.
But that's better. Sometimes you need to be different to then create something gorgeous.
Exactly.
yeah, the main characteristic is that they are that they bring positivity to the table, so that they can inspire and they are role models to people. That I think that's a main characteristic for someone that we think, oh, maybe that person can work with us and can join the team. I would say, yeah, that's what we focus on.
I think for me, one of the most important thing is the credibility.
Hey, that was mine.
We don't work with I don't have the correct words, but we don't work with the fake people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we don't feel the
Authenticity.
yeah, usually we doesn't work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If we are looking at, with Mateus, he's one of our new members. He is just like a joy in his videos. And that's something actually, he's very quiet and calm person in real.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. He's just listening, and in his videos, he's just showing it all.
Yeah.
But that's the way we will actually looking for, someone who you listen and actually being with the brand and believing in it and really reading what he has to do, and just bringing that joy and positivity in the videos. That's what we want. The creativity, absolutely. And you have to be hardworking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
We have many preparations when we are making an event. It starts like 2 months before with making content is 1 day, a second day making another day of shooting photos, videos, I don't know, clothing and everything, makeup. And actually you have to think in many things. Yeah. And the person that is a bit in charge of us is really all of us. We have one project manager that is looking into something, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
And we cannot have someone sitting at the table and just waiting what are we doing now? So that people with a lot of initiative and activity.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, and what you mentioned about being hardworking, it's important that person has availability and is committed to do this, like the shootings.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So actually, when we started, we received requests. Hey, I want to join the group. I want to join the Latin. And we were like, oh yeah, come. We were so excited.
Because they think they are going to party all the time.
No.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not
a party.
believe
That
me.
was
The party
our
is the
problem.
reward.
Yeah, exactly. And now,
Exactly.
now we changed. Like we receive these requests, and we are like a bit more cautious.
Yeah, for sure.
And for sure, that person needs to be hardworking.
Yeah, because I can only imagine it's because you guys are such a cohesive unit. It's like also like a chosen family member,
Yeah.
You have to be very careful and cautious in terms of who you choose and that it aligns what you guys want. Maybe you already answered this one before, but what makes you stand out above all the other events or all the other collectives?
That we give more than what the user can expect. So we can offer shows, we can offer activities to connect, and we can offer authenticity in what we show, what we propose to people. So authenticity in music, in food, and the experience in general. Yeah. That's what's really our difference.
I think surprise is also entertainment.
Yeah.
You go to an event to be entertained, right? To have a good time, and that's something we offer. We are not offering something standard, but really what Enrique says, shows, entertainment, artists, music, and a whole experience that you have. And it's not only the events in the sense of a party, but also the talks we had, like the one you went to at the Boom Chicago,
Yeah.
which it was actually a talk with the three of us telling our story. The storytelling is what people actually wants to also hear, a part of a very hard music and dancing and a perreo. But there is also something behind, Each one has their own personality. And on that day, I loved it because I had the opportunity to just talk to the public. Yeah. And we also noticed there was another kind of public. There was a teacher, there was a doctor, there was someone of 60 years old. Yeah. So someone more older who I was speaking to. And he told me, I wouldn't go to the boat party, but I love to come here because I wanted to meet you.
Yeah.
I wanted to meet you. I wanted to hear your story. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Well, it was also for me as well.
Exactly.
But it does, especially because it was just right after COVID has finished and everything. Yep. So everyone was kind of like feeling sentiment and everything. So it was very, very lovely event.
It was very, very inspiring. And I think that's, for me personally, the reward is to hear people telling me, Claudia, thank you, because thanks to you, I could understand my Dutch husband or my Dutch wife or my Dutch partner or whatever in this culture. And thanks to you, I'm having a better time here. And that's for me everything. Mm-hmm. More than how successful an event can be, but more about hearing the people telling me to that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's really nice to hear.
Yeah.
But now, like going back to the business a little, you mentioned that you start like a couple months before the event to start like figuring out what you guys want to do, the promotion that you want to do, and all these things. Is there anything that is a must at every event that you have already discovered, being like, okay, if we start 2 months for the preparation, we do promotion here, we do this, we printed this. What are the standard things that you have now set to like making sure that you promote your event in the correct way?
Super interesting, because last week we were discussing that. We are now talking about how to establish a proper process, how to refine that stages of preparation, not only about creating an event, but the marketing one. And I think you can share more about the marketing process, right?
It's very important that we have the programming of everything way in advance, so that everyone can be on the days of shooting, of photographs, and all the details are part of the content. And we also need, of course, creative ideas from our influencers. And that's actually a little bit my job, to look at the videos, in a sense, what we can do and what is the kind of video and message we want to give on the first publicity video. Sometimes it's very informative, which is something very good for Manuel because that's his content. But I have another kind of content. Yeah. My content is more comedy, is more sketches. Yeah. And that's something I tried also to keep for myself when I work as an influencer for the brand. Because I'm also a part of a marketing programming and think on a strategy that can bring our videos to another level. But I also work as an influencer for the Latin experience because we are all influencers. So I also have to think in my own content, but it's a lot of work. And also, of course, everyone has to participate on this program and shooting days because we all need to be as image in all the videos. Everyone has their own, Jacqueline and then Sharon, and also the 3 boys. 3 boys? We have 3 boys?
3 boys.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
For now.
And Mateo. For now, wow. We have news. Ta-ta-ta, breaking news.
And maybe how can we bring these like styles together is that we do a brief. I mean, for the event. This is the brief, and from here, the creative ideas will flow.
Okay, good. Yeah, there's an SOP in place.
There is, absolutely. Yes,
okay, that's good. Because I feel like some people, sometimes they can start a business like this and then they just go and do things and they see that it works and then they try to replicate it and they don't know how they did it. Yeah. So that's where the SOP and just those foundations and all of that is super important to have in place, especially if you're using affiliate influencer marketing or just influencer marketing in general for a promotion of a product or service.
Exactly.
Just to starting to close up a little bit, because I have many more questions, but also you guys have already answered a substantial amount. I mean, I feel like this has been an amazing interview so far. You guys are super incredible, super nice, super open to sharing all of this. So I really appreciate it as well. Let's go a little bit to the technical, because you guys are mentioning that you have your days when you make content. The reason of why you guys are successful and why you are recognizable is because you make hilarious, very funny, very relatable content that is actually really quality content. We're talking about the image they see, that the sound is always great, that the accessibility of having like subtitles, whether it's you're speaking in Spanish and it's in English, or you're speaking in English and it's in Dutch or Spanish or everything.
Portuguese.
Yeah. Is there any tools or equipments that you as individuals or as a team cannot live without, other than obviously your phone and your camera?
Yeah, exactly. The main one for vertical content and for TikTok and Reels, the smartphone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, specifically the iPhone.
I'm sorry, Android. We don't work with you.
Exactly. Yeah, yes, but yeah, the iPhone has, or at least we are more like we know how to use it. When recording the materials for the promotions, we have 2 cameras, 2 Sonys. I mean, Manuel's camera and mine. Both are, one is more specialized for video, the other one for pictures, but still the quality is great. We have microphones, so the wireless microphones from DJI and Rode. We always have some tripods as well because we need to take pictures of the group together, and also in the video we need to be like as a group. What else? Well, of course we have the computers or tablets to see the script. And what other technical things? I mean, the light is important, but we work most of the time with natural light.
What about maybe some editing programs that you use specifically? Or
Premiere Pro, and for the
CapCut.
yeah
CapCut.
CapCut for
It's
for
a
the
good
iPhone.
one. It's a good one.
Yeah, it's
yes.
great.
Yeah.
what advice would you guys give to any future influencers or any influencers that could be there in the future of the Latin experience, bubble?
I think the most important is to be authentic. Authentic, your own personality. Don't try to copy no one. You can inspire yourself, of course, from other kind of content. You have to scroll a lot on social media to see what's the type of content creator you want to be. If you want to start being a sort of influencer or content creator, take care of your audio, how you are you heard for the content, and also using a good hook when you start your video. There is no worse video than a boring one, because the first 3 seconds are always very important. So if your video is not interesting enough, they will just scroll you away, because the audience is very, very, very selective nowadays.
Could say try to prove the storytelling and try to tell your own history on social media, because your history is the most important thing in your content, I think.
And mine is, think about why you want to do it. So do you want to do it to become famous, or do you want to do it because you cannot contain that energy that is inside you, that is burning you? Do it to release that energy.
Yeah.
To release that creativity that is happening in that amazing mind, That should be the main goal, and not just because you want 100 likes or something.
And offer value.
Yeah.
Hey, let's not forget
For
about
sure.
that. If your video needs to have, or your content needs to have an objective, a goal for the user. They need to learn something from you, and that's something that is very, very profitable nowadays. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, you guys, for being part of this. This has been super enlightening conversation. I really appreciate you guys taking the time from your schedules and from your multitude of jobs to come here and talk a little bit more with another fellow Latina. I really appreciate this a lot. Now, to finish up this episode, is there anything else that you guys want to add? Are you guys working on something that we need to know? And where
Se
can we
vienen
find
cositas.
you?
Yes, we are right now working on the structure of the business, more about the formality of it. So creating BV, so going more professional with it in the sense of, creating a structure that allows to go to the next level.
Yeah.
So to improve what we did in 2023, we want just to reach the next stage of that. And with this, I want to ask you a question.
Yes, of course.
So what would you like to see in the Latin experience for the next year?
Oh, there's so much that I have to see. I don't know, but I would love to see more of the storytelling kind of part as well, because I live pretty far from Amsterdam. Like, it's almost 2 hours on a train, right? So sometimes when I have to do the event on Amsterdam, I have to book a hotel and everything. So it's kind of like a process, and I would just like to go maybe from the offices in Utrecht. It's only 30 minutes. I go, I have fun, I chat with everyone, I have a beer, and then I can
You
come
can come back
So-
on
Fair.
time.
So maybe some events that are a bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, I like to perrear, so
I like to perrear.
I like
Amazing.
to perrear. So maybe also another idea would be perhaps another city that is not Amsterdam,
Mm-hmm.
something more closer, because obviously, most immigrants end up in the Randstad. But for me, I also came to the Netherlands for love, and it turns out that my love lives almost in Germany. So
Yeah.
so then I ended up when there's not that many Latinos or
Yeah,
anything.
yeah.
So it would be nice if you're able to move the event around
Amazing.
from cities.
Are you
to-
writing down?
Yeah.
Storytelling.
I can always write it. I can send you an email with all the ideas. Yeah.
Amazing. And this is the process where we are now.
Yeah.
We know we are a community-based service. So we are asking right now, our community, what do they want? What do they want from us? So what do they really need
Yeah, exactly.
now? So thank you for your amazing feedback.
When can we find you?
So our handles are The Latin Experience on Instagram, The Latin Experience on TikTok, Facebook as well. Also, the website is thelatinexperience.com. We will have more surprises in the coming weeks. I mean, especially we are going to, just to ask people, like we want to establish this direct communication. and you can expect from us something in real life for probably next month. That's the only thing I can say right now.
Ooh, I love it. We got an exclusive. What about your individuals handles?
I'm on Instagram. What is my name? Latina _in_the_ Netherlands. Couldn't be more difficult. I'm available there also per email. If you contact, you can also send me any DM. Most of it is a social media channel I'm working from. Yes.
Yeah, the listener should have looking at the description because my name is WM.
WVM and _.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is Travelhund MX. So
Super.
I'm more
Awesome.
on TikTok, and you can find me like as Travelhund MX on Instagram as well.
Thank you so much, you guys. That is it for this episode of Wires on Cross. Subscribe here on Spotify so you never miss any future uploads. We also are live on all of the social medias that you can find. We're going to release episodes every few weeks so you guys don't miss any of the marvelous things that digital marketing can offer you. And thank you so much for listening. And thank
Thanks
you
to
guys
you.
for
Thank you.
coming.
Thank you.
It's been awesome.
Thank you for the
Bye-bye.
invitation.